Hey guys, welcome back. I was just browsing YouTube and I saw this video pop up, so I decided to watch it. And I wish I didn't, but since I did, I figured I should respond to this because, wow, he makes no sense at all. The video is by a guy named Tevron, at least I think that's how you pronounce it. And his video is named PC versus Consoles. Why I chose consoles. So I don't want to keep you guys waiting, so let's just watch this video and I'm gonna respond to him every so often.
Yo, let me say this now, easy. Yeah, man, it's Tevin in the making.
What the hell did you just say? I'm not trying to make fun of your speech or anything because mine's not perfect either. But again, what the fuck did you say? It sounds like...
Yo, let me say this now, easy. Yeah, man, it's Tevin in the making.
Seriously, I don't know what you just said, but please continue.
And today I'm gonna be addressing my all video PC versus consoles. Who should win?
So you made a video about PC versus console, and your video was about who should win. The only ones you should be worrying about winning is the gamers. You know, the consumers. Who cares about the platform as long as gamers have access to games?
In my video, I've already addressed that the consoles is the more superior race.
Wait a minute. You're saying consoles are, as you say it, the superior race. First off, a console is an object. It has no race. And seriously, you think it's superior? Well, I'm very interested to hear your points covering why consoles are superior to PC.
But obviously, I've got some backlash. I've obviously got some bullshit. And I've had enough of the bullshit as well, if I'm honest.
Okay, so apparently you made some videos about this subject already, and you got some backlash from it. And you're saying it's bullshit? I haven't seen your other videos, but I'm guessing if you got backlash, it must be for a good reason, and not, as you say, bullshit. I've seen many arguments from PC and console gamers, and most of them go down the same way, so I can only assume your points were false. But maybe you have some new valid points for this video.
I've obviously got comments, I've obviously got messages saying blah blah this blah blah. Even people on Steam are talking about it as well, like.
I wish you could give us some examples of what people were saying about your video, but I guess not.
It's time to get my fist and ram it up some ass. I'm sick and tired of this bullshit. Honestly.
Whoa, so if people don't agree with you, you will shove your fist up people's ass. Why am I thinking all the comments weren't bullshit then, and maybe your video was bullshit?
Well, I was talking about all sorts of stuff in that video. I didn't even look back at it.
So since you're not going to look back at the video, so I guess neither will I. Let's just start fresh. I want to hear your points, and I will see if you're being honest or you're just spewing bullshit.
I didn't look back at it, and I've obviously bumped in with Kyle Bassa.
Wait, you discussed it with who? It almost sounds like you said Kilo Bassa, but I doubt you're talking about PC and consoles to some fucking sausage.
With it as well, we both discussed about things. I get it, yes. Some things out there I said I can even take back and say, yo, why some of the stuff I said was like, yo, I was wrong.
Okay, so you are admitting that some of your points were wrong. So why was the backlash bullshit? You just said you were wrong. Doesn't that mean that some of their points were valid?
Some of the stuff I said, yes, I'm sticking to. But the main key point I'm trying to make throughout all these videos I've made is the games. Is the fucking games.
So your key point about why consoles are better is because of the games. Curious. Because I would usually say PC has consoles beat when it comes to games. Because it has a lot more and whole genres that never even come to the consoles. So I wonder what games you were talking about. Exclusives maybe? Well, Nintendo clearly has that down, but Microsoft and Sony don't really have shit. So please tell me which games you are talking about.
PC is not delivering the great majority of type of games. They have the most titles in the games when it comes to categories of games, but the majority of them are not well developed compared to the consoles.
Wait, you're saying PC has more games, but the majority aren't well developed. Please give us some examples, because as of right now, I think you're talking out of your ass. Most games run better on PC than consoles. PC games usually always have better frame rates than the consoles do. Console games most of the times are buggy and require day one patches and are usually capped at 30 FPS. Now of course there are some console games that work perfectly for the most part, but let's not bullshit and say that these games run better. But don't get me wrong, I'm not saying PC games are flawless. I'm just pointing out that console games aren't perfect. When both versions are fully finished and patched up, the majority of the time the PC version does run much better than the console version.
And when it comes to the serious games out there, I'm talking about the heavy development type of games.
Serious games with the heavy type of development. I'm guessing you're talking about AAA games, but what does that have to do with anything? A lot of AA's or indie teams make better games than AAA teams do today. Most AAA games are just third-person action-adventure games. So I wouldn't say this is better. Most of them are just reskinned versions of each other, and they just copy and paste a lot of the same elements. So what's great about that?
That all come from fucking multi-platform.
Wait, what? You're talking about multi-platform games? Most of those come to the PC as well and run better. I seriously don't know where you're going with this.
Like title games like Xbox One, PlayStation 4, and PC.
Multi-platform title games like Xbox One and PlayStation 4 and PC? Those aren't games. Those are platforms that allow you to play games.
PC only feeds off those type of games.
PC feeds on those type of games? Seriously, where are you going with this?
Whereas consoles and PlayStation 4 has their own that are deeply developed.
So the PlayStation has its own deeply developed games for the consoles. Okay, that's called an exclusive, and yeah, they do have some, but PC still has a lot more.
I'm not talking about PC like little, like, you know, third party games. I'm talking about serious games.
Wait, you're talking about PC little third party games? You mean indies? Okay, I hate this train of thought. So since a game is made by a small team, it's not a real game then, by your logic. Let me tell you, a game is a game, whether it's made by a large team or a small one. The size of the team or the amount of money it costs to develop it doesn't determine if it's a great game. The game does that itself. And most AAA games, as I mentioned before, are just reskinned versions of each other, and they copy and paste the same elements over and over again. Just because you don't like indies doesn't mean it's not a real game, or a serious game as you would say it. What the fuck is a serious game? Games are supposed to be fun. If it was serious all the time, it would be rather boring.
And yes, there are a few for PC. I'm aware of it. Believe me, I'm aware of it.
A few for PC? Again, what is a serious game? I'm assuming you mean a AAA title. And there are not just a few AAA games on PC. It has more than the consoles combined.
But I'm talking about the majority of type of games. They're all feeding off the multi-platform titles.
What does majority type of games even mean? I never heard of the majority genre. It must be new.
You get me? Like, that's where you're getting your good shit from. But at the end of the day, with consoles, you can have the multi-platform titles and you can have your very own.
So the good shit is Tekken 7, Wolfenstein 2, Project Cars 2, Dirt 4, and Tropico 6. So we got a fighting game, 2 racing games, a construction and management simulator, and an FPS. But what's funny is that you're saying PC is feeding off consoles and you show Wolfenstein. Hope you know that's a PC franchise. And I'm not just talking about Wolfenstein 3D, but the original Wolfenstein games as well, before id Software started making their games. How can you include that game when you're saying that PC is basically stealing console games? So the console is where the good shit is from. And with consoles, you can get the multi-platforms and their own exclusives? So does PC. What are you talking about? It's not even an argument.
In my last video, obviously, analyzing my points, I addressed that you can play these type of games like Crash Bandicoot, Uncharted, fucking hell, God of War, Gran Turismo. You know what I mean? With PC, what have they got? What have they got that's ideal?
Those are all PlayStation exclusives. Well, not Crash, but the rest are. But you're asking, what does PC got? Well, for starters, how about the biggest game of all time, World of Warcraft? What about StarCraft? It has basically become a national sport for South Korea. Some of the best and biggest games ever came from PC, like Doom, Quake, Minecraft, Civilization, XCOM, Half-Life, and Diablo. And that's not even scratching the surface. There's way too many to list. Whether you like these games are irrelevant, because you just asked what it has. I would take StarCraft over Uncharted any fucking day.
That's more on a hype train that makes you want to play.
Hype train? Again, did you see all the hype Diablo 3 and StarCraft 2 had? It was massive. Just because you didn't hear about it doesn't mean it didn't happen.
Spider-Man on PS4. You know what I mean? If this game was on PC only, you will not understand how hard PC fanboys will be feeding off this shit, saying PC master race, we get all the good shit.
Even though Spider-Man looks okay, but again, it's just another third-person action adventure. This seems to be all consoles have to offer nowadays. Most PC gamers don't care if their games go to consoles, because it's better for the developers. PC gamers are not so one-sided about this.
If they imagine if this game, some of these games that are on PC, PS4 that's on PC, you would be flipping up sideways.
Are you seriously showing this as pathetic? It's a fan and a gamer who's just happy to see Tekken on the PC. What is wrong with that? He just wants more fans to buy it here, so hopefully more games like Tekken and others will come to the PC. So it's wrong for a PC gamer to be happy about getting a game? That's just pretty fucking low.
But obviously, the things what a PC fanboy would say is, we don't need this, we don't need that, we don't need this.
Yeah, some will emulate a lot of those games, which is a plus for PC gamers. But a lot of PC gamers say that because a lot of them don't care about the 100 plus reskinned copy and paste third person action adventure games. They are just tired of those.
Like, that's not the point.
So what is the point?
About gaming, you want everything and you want the good shit at the same time.
So the point is for gaming is that you want everything and the good shit. So why don't you like it when games come to PC? Hypocrite much?
You don't want no generic ass shit, man.
Generic ass shit? Like all those third person action adventures and the countless of generic FPSs that are coming out like clockwork?
When it comes to gaming, you want the good fucking fighting games. You want the good fucking car games.
PC has those same fighting and racing games. So what is your point?
You want a good fucking strategy? Yeah.
Hey, what was that? Were you about to say strategy game? I noticed you cut yourself off there. When you want strategy, you go to PC, not console.
I've been questioned on the comments as well. I'm going to address some of the comments as well.
Wait, so now you're going to address comments? I still don't even know why you chose the consoles. You said you were going to explain it to us. I mean, like, what the fuck? You told me nothing.
I've got my computer here as well. So I'm going to address all the comments on the videos. Because I'm sick and tired of this bullshit that PC fans say.
Again, comments are bullshit.
Because they don't even make a fucking point.
You mean just like there is no point to this video? 4 minutes and 48 seconds in your video and I have no idea what your point was.
They just blabber on saying master race. Yeah, false. This, false, that.
Like how you blabbered on saying nothing, giving us no clear reason why you chose the consoles.
Make a fucking point about it. Make a video about it.
Not sure that always works. You had a point, supposedly, and made a video, and it's about nothing. So maybe let's not encourage everyone to make a video if it's going to be like yours.
For me, with Barca, He made a video about it, and I respect it as well.
Are you talking about kielbasa again? How can a sausage make a video?
He came out there and he's fucking responded to most of my stuff. He's the one out there trying to lay it down for me properly.
So this sausage kissed your ass or just debated you in a polite way? I don't know what you're talking about.
Whereas everyone out here is just chatting rubbish and don't even know how to make a fucking point in the comments.
Like you and your video?
Like I said with consults, it's like not consults, like, you know, gaming itself. It's all about the games. I even said it on the first thing. That's the most important thing I said at the first part of the video. It's all about the fucking games.
Okay, it's all about the games. So that means PC wins, right? It has a lot more games than any consoles.
With PC, it's more marketing on hardware and gaming.
So PC is just marketed on hardware and gaming, just like how Sony and Microsoft market their hardware so you can play games on it. Got it. PC is not a company. It doesn't market anything. Companies that develop hardware for the PC market, and they have to if they want to sell their products. That's not a bad thing.
You know what I mean? Like fans, LEDs, fucking cases, fucking graphics cards, fucking everything is based on marketing.
So you don't like cases, fans, LEDs, and graphics cards. Then you must hate the consoles as well, because they have all that. And they market their consoles all the time. There's so many fucking commercials and ads playing everywhere.
You know what I mean? With consoles, obviously the console, the PlayStation Plus, which obviously I don't like about that is the money and the subscription.
You don't like PlayStation Plus. Well, that's the first right thing you've said on video.
And yeah, that's it. Everything is marketing bullshit in both sides anyway. So I'm not gonna, like, you know, start saying who's more marketing, who's not. But it's marketing bullshit. That's what you need to start avoiding.
Wait, what are you talking about? First you said marketing's bad. Now, what are you saying? It's good?
And start focusing on what the fuck you play.
I'm sure PC gamers do focus on what they play. They actually focus more from what I've seen, because they can support a single game for years and create new content for it, keeping it alive for years. I would like to see console players helping out developers that way. Sadly, we know that will never happen.
No matter what hardware is out there saying, oh yeah, this runs this for that, runs that for this price, this runs for that price. Obviously, I've tangled with Barca at that point.
Okay, so I guess you don't like it when Sony and Microsoft announce a new console because you don't want to hear about specs and what it can do.
I tried to play on his game, but this is my game now. Tell me what decent games are out there that are multi-platform, that are what shining right now through advertisements and shit like that. Not that I've seen.
Again, what are you talking about? Multi-platform? Advertisements? You're all over the place.
Like, motherfucking Crash Bandicoot is already out there, and that's on a hype train right now. Everyone's crazy for Crash Bandicoot.
Who cares if Crash is on a hype train? It's new. That's going to happen. Most games get that. So, hype means a good game. Ask the people who bought Destiny, Titanfall 1, and No Man's Sky if hype made those games better.
God of War's coming out.
God of War, I guess, looks okay. Personally, I hate how they turned it into The Last of Us. Just because you only know about games that you see on TV doesn't mean that's all there is. And that doesn't define if a game is good. You're saying if people talk about a game, it's good? Again, No Man's Sky.
Games like that, people out there even know about it. People out there speak about it.
Hype and word of mouth doesn't produce great games. There are many PC games that get talked about. I already mentioned 2 that had a huge hype train. But since you're not part of that community, of course, you don't see or hear no one talking about it. I don't hang around console fanboys, so I don't hear about the new console games coming out. I see them, but I never hear anyone talking about them.
What can you speak about with fucking PC games? Multi-platform games is all you can talk about.
So your argument is that PC has no exclusives, even though PC has more games in total than all the consoles combined, and many of those are exclusives.
That's all that's all you guys feed off. Then you want to say master race? Say all these kind of things to me in the comments. Prove a point.
I'm still waiting for you to prove yours.
Don't talk shit.
But isn't that what you're doing? What? PC gamers are always talking about the variety they have? That's one of the best parts of PC. All there is are sports, FPS, and third-person action adventures. Not much variety. Only Nintendo brings the variety when it comes to consoles. So I shouldn't mind if my games run like crap on the PS4 and Xbox One. No, a game needs to run well. Performance is a must. I'm not going to play a game that's not optimized. Without performance, your game couldn't run, period. It's a pretty high priority. That's a lie. We loved how the consoles ran back then. But when PC games like Wolfenstein, Doom, and Quake came out, it showed everyone how limiting the consoles were, and so the consoles got better when it came to hardware and performance. Listening to you, I doubt you even played games back in those days. You look like someone who started playing games when the PS2 and the original Xbox came out. I could be wrong about that, but that's how I see you and that's how you come off. You want me to watch those two crappy GameSpot videos? Okay, I checked it out, and for the PC video, they left out a lot of games on that list. But then again, what would I expect from GameSpot? I wouldn't recommend you watch those videos if you're looking for upcoming games. Look, just stop being lazy and do some actual fucking research. You didn't state any facts, just your opinions, and lousy opinions at that. And of course, I expected opinions because you were going to tell me why you chose the console, so I figured it was your opinions. But then again, you never explained really why you chose the consoles. You just rambled on about nothing. So after watching your video, I must tell you this. Mr. Tevron, what you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. At no point in your rambling, incoherent response were you even close to anything that could be considered irrational thoughts. Everyone who watched your video is now dumber for having listened to it. I award you no points, and may God have mercy on your soul.
Okay, a simple wrong would have done just fine, but